Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm going over Top Gun Maverick's second weekend, which includes the second weekend drop. So I'm going to give you all that info because it's record breaking. Like it's a huge second weekend drop, and the scope that it's really small, so it's like a huge big deal. As well as how much money he made this weekend, not just domestically but also internationally. I'm going to give you all the info on the box office, what this means for the franchise, what this means for Tom Cruise, what this means for the box office in general, including the summer season that's coming forward with all these movies that's already starting, and including for Tom Cruise's future career and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be like a really interesting video, and I'm also gonna be breaking down for you if it's gonna make over $1 billion. We'll see. So yeah, let's start with this box office breakdown video. So yeah, for the second weekend, Top Gun Maverick dropped 29%, which is just an incredible drop. Like that's super low, 29%. How low exactly is this? Well, to put this into perspective, this is the lowest drop that any movie over $100 million has ever had, which is just huge. Like this is the record for the lowest drop that any movie over $100 million has ever made. So that's just an incredible achievement for Top Gun Maverick. 29% is like whoa, like that's just unheard of. It's super crazy, and yeah, you can definitely see the box office numbers as the movie had a total of $90 million for its second weekend. Now, to put this into perspective, $90 million is more than any other movie opened last year, with the exception of Spider-Man: No Way Home. That's it. No other movie, not Shang-Chi, not Black Widow, not F9, not James Bond. No other movie opened over $90 million last year. So for starters, that is huge. That's a huge big deal. That's why he made $90 million. This one made more than the opening weekends of all those other movies, which is just crazy. And this also beats the second weekend drop in the second weekend of Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is huge. Spider-Man: No Way Home made $84 million on the second weekend. This made $90 million. So that's just incredible. Like that's crazy. It's even tracking to hold better than Spider-Man: No Way Home, which was huge. Like Spider-Man: No Way Home had like huge fan service and everything. So that's crazy. Like whoa. Mind blowing. This also puts it as the eighth spot of all time for its second weekend. Like number eight. That's huge. That's incredible. That's crazy. Especially when it comes down to like this movie isn't like a isn't like a franchise thing where it's like F9 or like a Marvel movie or like just like a Jurassic World movie or like a James Bond movie. No, this only has one movie back like way back in like a lot of years. So it's just crazy that this movie's doing this good. Like it's truly extraordinary. It's like a phenomenon. Like this is something you never see. So it's like huge. So yeah, that's crazy. So like I said, it had a 29% drop for a total of $90 million this weekend domestically, which leads the domestic total to $295.6 million, which is just crazy. Yesterday Monday, it definitely beat $300 million. So that's crazy. It already beat $300 million. That's insane, truly insane. Most movies last year only crossed the $200 million mark domestically, so this just definitely means that the box office is recovering a lot, like a lot, and it's right on the heels of beating the Batman's domestic total. So yeah, that's definitely gonna beat that, and I wouldn't be surprised if it beats Doctor Strange's domestic total as well, as it is also tracking way better than Doctor Strange, which is just crazy. For more comparisons of this second weekend, the estimated opening weekend for this movie was of $95 million. For the 4-day weekend that it opened last week, whenever it was Memorial Day, for its 4-day weekend, the opening weekend estimate was $95 million. So the fact that this made $90 million on its second weekend is also like it completely destroyed expectations. Like it annihilated those expectations, which is just incredible. Like this movie is beating all expectations, anything that anybody could have ever bet. This movie is just destroying that. So that's incredible. Like the movie is really overpassing what anybody thought it was going to do. But what about internationally? Like this is all domestic, but what about internationally in other places besides the US? Well, the international drop for this movie was at 31.5%, which is also incredible. Like that's an incredible drop. Like that's really low. Anything under like 450 is like really low. So for this to be at 31.5% is like mind blowing as well. Like that's really huge. Almost as low as the domestic drop, which was 29%. So it's like right there. So yeah, that's really incredible. And the movie earned $86.3 million, which is really nice. It's another huge chunk of money. Like the movie's really making a bunch of money. For comparison, Multiverse of Madness earlier this year dropped 68.2%, earning $83.5 million. So as you can see, like it even beat that. You know, this movie even beat that, which is really nice, really incredible. And you see the difference. Like Multiverse of Madness dropped 68%. This movie dropped 31%. So there's like huge difference in there, and yeah, that just goes to show you that this movie is really holding like incredibly well. This leads to the international total of this movie to be at $261.6 million, which is a really nice total, like huge total. Meaning that the global total right now stands at $557.2 million. Just after 2 weekends, the movie has already crossed the $500 million mark, which is just nice, super incredible. The movie's doing awesome, and the movie is not showing any sense of slowing down. Yes, this upcoming weekend, Jurassic World Dominion does come out, but the movie is not really showing any sense of slowing down, to be honest. And especially with the incredible word of mouth this has. What do I exactly mean? Well, the critics gave it a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is 99%, which is just incredible. And the movie has an A+ Cinemascore, which is just also incredible. Really rare to have an A+ on Cinemascore. So that just shows like, yes, this is like huge. Like there's an incredible movie that everybody's loving. It's a 4-quadrant movie. Every audience member is really loving it. Everybody that goes. So yes, you can definitely expect this movie to keep holding. The word of mouth is just so incredible around this movie. I haven't heard any bad things about it. So yeah, this movie is definitely going to keep going, especially as Jurassic World Dominion reviews start coming out, and they seem to be like really mixed, like really mixed. I've heard people say that they love it. I've heard people say they hate it. So it's like extremes. Like I've heard people say, I've heard all the mixed reactions. So I definitely think that this movie is going to be incredible competition for that movie, and I think it's going to have a really nice story we can hold as well. So this movie is definitely like on track to make a huge chunk of money. But is it eyeing over $1 million? Well, yes. Right now, according to all the analysts and everything, this movie is eyeing to make just a little over $1 billion, which is just enough. Like, if it makes $1 billion, that's like, if it breaks over $1 billion, it's gonna be like huge. Like, it's gonna be a huge big deal for Hollywood. Why? Well, for starters, it's like the first movie that's not a superhero movie that has crossed over $1 billion. It's not a superhero movie. That's an animated movie, and it's not like a big franchise movie. It's like almost its own thing. It's just a sequel, but like to a very previous movie. So yeah, like that's a huge deal. Okay, so first of all, that's a huge deal. Second of all, it shows that movie stars really do still matter, and that it means that Tom Cruise right now is a huge movie star. Like, this is a huge big deal for him. And actually, I saw a report the other day saying how this movie introduced Tom Cruise to a whole different audience. You know, so a bunch of the younger audience members who didn't even know who Tom Cruise was, he just got introduced to them, and that's huge for him. Like, he's gonna have huge box office numbers with his upcoming movies, especially with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which is coming out next year, which already released a trailer in this movie, which was a huge big move itself. Like, I think that was incredible. Even though the movie's over a year away, they released a trailer to be playing in front of this movie. I think that's a very nice, incredible decision because, like I just mentioned, Tom Cruise got introduced to a whole different generation with this movie, and people that went to go see this movie and realized, oh my god, this movie was incredible, are going to see this next movie, which is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So yeah, there's a huge big difference for him. And also, if you want to see my trailer reaction to Dead Reckoning, just random, no, you can check it out right here. I think you definitely enjoy my trailer reaction. But moving back, yeah, this is a huge big deal. A bunch of audience members are going to follow his movies from now on, which means that this is going to be a huge box office boost to Mission Impossible movies coming forward, which is Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2. So yeah, those movies are going to probably make over $1 billion, which would be insane. We'll see how much those movies, if those movies are really good, like this one, it's definitely going to cross over $1 billion, which is just incredible. Like, that's really nice. And also, this movie is the biggest movie of Tom Cruise's career, like by far. It's not even close. It's the biggest movie of Tom Cruise's career, and it's gonna keep going bigger and bigger. Like, this movie's still going really strong. So yeah, I would not be surprised at all if this movie makes over $1 billion. And like I said, that's a huge deal. So Tom Cruise right now is at the peak of his career, which is just insane. So any other movies that wants to hire him, like, they're definitely gonna like have to give him a huge paycheck because this movie is like really incredible. Like, this is what a movie star level should be. And I think this is only the start of movie stars. I think movie stars will start coming back with more original, really good movies like this. I think they're going to start coming back as movie stars like start to rise, and Tom Cruise, I think, is the first example of that. Now, what does this mean for the rest of the summer blockbuster season coming forward? Well, I think this means that the box office is definitely back. No question about that. The box office is back. But to what level? Well, I think Jurassic World Dominion is going to have huge numbers. But like I said, reactions are very mixed, so we'll see about that. Lightyear's gonna have huge numbers, I think, as well. I think Lightyear is like a really strong movie, first Pixar movie to come back in the future, and it comes out in 2 weeks, so definitely that movie's gonna do great. And then Thor: Love and Thunder, I think, is gonna completely destroy. So yeah, I think all these movies are gonna do incredible, and this movie is the huge example right here. If like, I think this movie might be the biggest movie of the summer blockbuster season, but I think that doesn't mean that no other movie's gonna make huge numbers, because I think every movie after this is gonna make huge numbers because audiences are really back, and this did a great job bringing back older audiences back. I think that's like a huge big deal as well, because we've seen younger audiences come back, but what about older audiences? Older audiences are back now with this movie, and that doesn't mean that means that they will probably be back for future movies, including the rest of the summer blockbuster season, which already increased the audience pool for all these upcoming movies, which is really nice. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Tell me, what do you think about the huge record-breaking second weekend hold? Like, this is huge, it's incredible, unheard of, so that's really incredible. Tell me what you think this means for the future of the summer blockbuster movie season and for the future of the movie industry as a whole. Like, I think that's going to lead studios to take more risk for this movie with movies and everything. I'm very, very curious. So what this means for the future of Tom Cruise and movie stars in general. Like, do you think it's going to affect their career in the future? I'm very, very curious. As well, some what have you seen personally, or that this movie has caused in like people like in the audience? Like, have you noticed that people are like, oh my god, that's Tom Cruise now? Or like, have you noticed that people like are like saying a bunch of good stuff about it? I'm very, very curious to that down in the comments, or as well as any other thoughts that you have about this whole box office thing that Tom Cruise is going on right now. So we think about it down in the comments. Do you think it's going to cross $1 billion? I'm very, very curious. So down in the comments. As well as just make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this breakdown. It would be very, very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for a lot of other content, including more box office breakdowns, reviews, trailer reactions, all that type of stuff that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. If you're into movies and everything, then definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss all that incredible content. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is JG Entertainment, out.